What is a function in C? A function in C is a self-contained block of code designed to perform a specific task. It helps in dividing a large program into smaller, manageable parts, thereby improving readability, maintainability, and reusability of code. Functions prevent repetition of code and make debugging easier. In C, execution begins from the main function, and other user-defined functions can be called from within main or from other functions. A function may or may not return a value and may or may not accept parameters. Functions promote modular programming, which is an important concept in structured programming. Explain the structure of a function. A function in C consists of two parts: function declaration and function definition. The declaration, also called function prototype, informs the compiler about the function's name, return type, and parameters before it is used. The definition contains the actual body of the function, which includes statements to perform a specific task. The general structure includes return type, function name, parameter list, and function body enclosed within curly braces. The return statement is used to send a value back to the calling function. Proper function structure ensures clarity and correct execution of programs. Explain types of function in C. Functions in C are broadly classified into two types: library functions and user-defined functions. Library functions are predefined functions provided by C, such as printf, scanf, strlen, etc., which are available through header files. User-defined functions are created by programmers to perform specific tasks according to program requirements. Based on arguments and return values, user-defined functions can further be categorized into four types: functions with no arguments and no return value, functions with arguments but no return value, functions with return value but no arguments, and functions with both arguments and return value. This classification helps in designing programs efficiently. Explain call by value. Call by value is a method of passing arguments to a function where a copy of the actual value is passed to the function. In this method, changes made to the parameters inside the function do not affect the original variables in the calling function. This is because the function works with a separate copy of the data. Call by value is the default method used in C. It ensures that original data remains unchanged, making it safer in many cases. However, it does not allow modification of the original variables. Explain call by reference. Call by reference is a method of passing arguments to a function using memory addresses. In this method, the address of the variable is passed to the function, usually using pointers. Therefore, any changes made to the parameters inside the function directly affect the original variables. Call by reference is useful when we want a function to modify the actual values of variables. It is also more memory efficient when dealing with large data because it avoids copying data. Explain recursion. Recursion is a technique in which a function calls itself to solve a problem. It is used when a problem can be divided into smaller subproblems of the same type. A recursive function must have a base condition to stop the recursion, otherwise, it will result in infinite execution. Recursion is commonly used in problems like factorial calculation, Fibonacci series, and tree traversal. Although recursion simplifies program logic in some cases, it consumes more memory due to function call stack usage. Explain storage classes in C. Storage classes in C define the scope, lifetime, and visibility in variables and functions. There are four main storage classes in C: auto, register, static, and extern. The auto storage class is a default for local variables and as block scope. The register storage class requires the compiler to store the variable in a CPU register for faster access. The static storage class preserves the value of a variable between function calls and has lifetime throughout the program execution. The external storage class is used to declare a global variable that can be accessed across multiple files. Understanding storage classes is important for memory management and program efficiency.